Choosing between grilled and fried fish can feel tricky when managing diabetes. Did you know the cooking method can impact your blood sugar and heart health? In this video, we'll explore which option is better for diabetics to help you make tasty, healthier choices. Top 5 reasons grilled fish is superior for diabetics. Number 1, lower fat content. First off, let's talk about lower fat content. Grilling fish is a really great cooking method because it naturally leads to much less fat compared to frying. You see, as the fish cooks on the grill, that extra fat just drips away. This is super helpful for diabetics, who often need to carefully watch their fat intake, especially if they're on a low-fat diet. And it's not just about cutting calories. Reducing fat this way has a direct positive effect on blood glucose levels. Eating high-fat meals can sometimes cause those delayed blood sugar spikes and can even contribute to insulin resistance, which is a key problem in type 2 diabetes. So by choosing grilled fish, you can really help lessen these risks. So having that lower fat content in grilled fish really helps with better glycemic control. When you eat less fat, your body can handle glucose more efficiently, and that helps prevent those sharp jumps in blood sugar that can happen after fatty meals. This is especially important for diabetics trying to keep their A1C levels in a healthy range. What's more, managing fat intake is also key for heart health, which, as we know, can be a big concern for those with diabetes. Because grilled fish is lower in fat, it supports your heart by cutting down on saturated and trans fats that you might find in frying oils. This makes grilled fish not just a good choice for diabetes, but a heart-smart one as well. And there's another benefit. Choosing grilled fish instead of fried can also help stop insulin resistance from getting worse or even developing in the first place. When your body's cells don't respond as well to insulin, managing blood sugar gets a lot harder, and high-fat diets can definitely make this worse. Grilling lets you enjoy all the lean protein and good nutrients in fish without that extra load of fat. This in turn supports better insulin sensitivity and overall metabolic health. It's a simple switch in your diet, but it can be a really powerful tool for managing diabetes comprehensively. Number 2. Reduced risk of type 2 diabetes. Next up, let's consider the reduced risk of type 2 diabetes. A growing body of scientific research really highlights a strong link between eating fried foods, and that includes fried fish, and a higher chance of developing type 2 diabetes. In fact, several large studies have pointed out this worrying trend. For example, one significant study showed that people who ate fried fish 6 or more times a month had about a 14% higher risk of diabetes compared to those who ate it less often. This really goes to show that how we prepare our food plays a big part in its long-term impact on our health, especially when it comes to metabolic conditions like diabetes. The good news is that grilling, as a cooking method, helps you avoid this increased risk. Now, the main reason grilling is safer is because it cooks fish without needing a lot of extra oil or those fatty batters you typically see with frying. When fish is fried, it's usually dunked in hot oil, often after being coated in batter or breading that's high in carbohydrates. These extra fats and carbs can negatively affect blood glucose control, and they contribute to the metabolic issues that are at the heart of type 2 diabetes. Plus, the oils used for deep frying, especially if they're used over and over, can break down into harmful compounds. These compounds might promote inflammation and oxidative stress, which can further bump up that diabetes risk. So, by opting for grilling, people with diabetes, or even those who are at risk of developing it, can enjoy fish in a way that truly supports their health goals. Grilling uses direct heat to cook the fish. This not only skips the unhealthy added fats, but also lets some of the fish's natural fats cook off and drip away. This way of preparing food fits much better with the dietary advice for managing diabetes, which stresses the importance of controlling fat and carbohydrate intake. Therefore, making grilled fish a regular choice can be a really proactive step to lower your chances of developing type 2 diabetes, or to manage it better if you've already been diagnosed. Number 3, no added carbohydrates. All right, reason number 3 is a big one. No added carbohydrates. One of the best things about grilled fish for anyone managing diabetes is that it's naturally low in carbs. This is mainly because you're skipping all those additions you often find with fried fish. You know, fried fish is frequently coated in breading or batter made from things like flour, cornmeal, or other starches. But with grilled fish, it's usually prepared with very few, if any, of those. This lack of breading means that people with diabetes can enjoy all the great protein and nutrients in fish without worrying about those sudden, sharp spikes in blood sugar. Those spikes are a common problem with breaded or battered fried foods because the carbs in the coating get digested quickly and turn into glucose. What's great about grilling is its simplicity. It really lets the natural flavors of the fish come through, often just enhanced by some herbs, spices, or light marinades that add hardly any carbohydrates. This is completely different from the heavy coatings used in frying, which can pile on a lot of carbs to what would otherwise be a perfectly diabetes-friendly protein. For someone with diabetes, counting carbs accurately is so important for managing blood sugar. Well, grilled fish makes this whole process much, much easier because the carbs mainly come from the fish itself, which is very little, or from any non-starchy veggies you might have with it. This ability to directly control carbohydrate intake really empowers people with diabetes to make food choices that fit their health needs. When you choose grilled fish, you're getting rid of a major source of those hidden carbs that can otherwise make meal planning and blood sugar control tricky. This makes grilled fish a reliable and safe choice, giving you more flexibility in your diet and letting you enjoy your food without stressing about unpredictable blood sugar changes. So, when you have a meal with grilled fish, you can really focus on the good stuff, the wholesome protein and healthy fats in the fish itself, instead of worrying about how a starchy coating might affect your blood sugar. Number 4, better nutrient preservation. Moving on to number 4, we have better nutrient preservation. Grilling fish isn't just great because it's lower in fat and carbs. It also does a better job of holding on to the valuable nutrients found naturally in fish, nutrients that are especially good for people with diabetes. Think about fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. They're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids. These essential fats are famous for their powerful anti-inflammatory effects and for helping to improve insulin sensitivity. Now, for diabetics, managing inflammation and helping the body respond better to insulin are really key for staying healthy and avoiding complications. The good news is that grilling, because it cooks relatively quickly and doesn't involve soaking the fish in oil, helps keep these delicate omega-3s safe and sound. On the flip side, the high heat used in deep frying can actually break down these beneficial compounds. That intense heat can cause omega-3 fatty acids to oxidize and degrade, which means you lose out on their health benefits. What's more, frying can lead to the creation of some potentially harmful things, like advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, and trans fats. This is especially true if the cooking oil gets too hot or is used over and over. These compounds can add to oxidative stress and inflammation, and those are conditions that can make diabetes and its related problems, like heart disease and neuropathy, even worse. And it's not just about omega-3s. Grilling also helps hang on to other important nutrients in fish, like vitamins and minerals. Think vitamin D and selenium, which are important for your overall health and how your metabolism works. So by choosing to grill, diabetics can make sure they're getting the most nutritional bang for their buck from the fish they eat. This way of cooking lets them tap into all the health benefits fish can provide, helping them manage blood sugar, cut down on inflammation, and guard against those long-term complications that often come with diabetes. So you see, grilling isn't just about steering clear of the bad stuff. It's also about holding on to all the good stuff. Number 5, easier weight management. And finally, reason number 5 is easier weight management. Keeping a healthy weight is absolutely fundamental for managing diabetes effectively. That's because excess body weight, especially around the belly, can really make insulin resistance worse and blood sugar control much tougher. This is where grilled fish comes in as a fantastic ally for managing weight, mainly because it has far fewer calories than fried fish. Think about it. Frying, particularly deep frying, means soaking the fish in oil, and that adds a ton of calories, mostly from fat. Even a light coating of batter or breading will soak up a lot of that oil, which dramatically bumps up the calorie count of your meal. Now, in complete contrast, grilling needs very little, if any, added oil. The heat from the grill cooks the fish effectively, and, as we've already touched on, it lets some of the fish's own fat just drip away. The result? A much leaner, lower-calorie meal. That big difference in calories between a serving of grilled fish and the same amount of fried fish can honestly be a game changer if you're carefully watching your calories to lose or maintain a healthy weight. For instance, a piece of grilled cod will have way fewer calories than that same piece of cod if it's battered and deep fried. These calorie savings can really add up over time, helping you create that calorie deficit you need for weight loss or to keep your weight steady. So by choosing grilled fish, people with diabetes can enjoy a meal that's both satisfying and rich in protein, all without messing up their weight management plans. We know that protein helps you feel full, which can keep hunger away and help you eat fewer calories overall. And when you get that protein in a lower calorie form, like with grilled fish, it becomes an even better tool for managing your weight. This really makes grilled fish the clear winner for diabetics, who are mindful of their weight and are looking for tasty, nutritious food choices that will support them on their path to better health and improved diabetes control. When is fried fish acceptable? Now you might be wondering, is fried fish ever acceptable? Well, while grilled fish is pretty much always recommended as the healthier choice for diabetics, there could be some very occasional times when having fried fish might be considered, but with a lot of caution. Some doctors and dietitians do recognize that completely banning any food can sometimes backfire, and that moderation is really important. So they might say that on rare occasions, it could be okay for diabetics to have a small portion of fried fish. But, and this is a big but, this should never be a regular thing. It always needs to be approached carefully, and ideally, after you've talked it over with your doctor or a registered dietitian. If someone with diabetes does decide to eat fried fish, it's absolutely vital to watch their blood glucose responses very closely afterward. How fried foods affect you can really vary from one person to another. It depends on your overall diabetes plan, your medication, how active you are, and how sensitive you are to fats and carbs. Keeping a detailed food diary and writing down your blood sugar readings before and after that kind of meal can give you some really good clues about how your body is reacting. This information can then help you and your healthcare team decide if having fried fish, even just very occasionally and in small amounts, truly fits in with your health goals and diabetes management. At the end of the day, careful self-monitoring and getting professional advice are absolutely key. healthier frying alternatives. So what if you really love that taste and texture of fried fish, but you're trying to eat healthier? Well, the good news is there are alternatives to traditional deep frying that can seriously cut down on the health risks. Take pan frying, for example. When it's done right, it's usually seen as a healthier choice than deep frying. With pan frying, you use a lot less oil in a skillet, just enough to cook the fish and get a bit of a crispy outside without completely drowning the food in oil. And if you choose a heart-healthy oil, like olive or avocado oil, and make sure it doesn't get too hot, that makes it even better. And you've probably heard about this next one: air frying. In the last few years, it's become super popular, and it's a really great alternative if you're craving that crispiness of fried food, but want to skip all the extra oil. Air fryers work by blasting super hot air all around the food. This creates a texture that's a lot like deep frying, but you use way less oil, sometimes just a teaspoon or maybe even none at all. This massively cuts down the calories and fat, which makes air-fried fish a much friendlier option for diabetics compared to deep fried. It means you can enjoy a satisfyingly crispy piece of fish with a lot fewer worries about your blood sugar and weight. How to prepare delicious grilled fish. All right, so how do you actually prepare delicious grilled fish that's also perfect for a diabetes-friendly diet? Well, it's probably simpler than you think. The main idea is to boost the fish's natural flavors without piling on a bunch of carbs or unhealthy fats. One of the easiest ways to get great flavor is with marinades. A light marinade using ingredients like lemon juice, herbs, garlic, and just a little bit of olive oil can make the fish tender and taste amazing, all without messing too much with your blood sugar. Just be sure to steer clear of sugary marinades or sauces that are high in sodium. Another great technique is to use herb rubs. You can mix together some dried herbs, spices like paprika or chili powder, black pepper, and a little salt, and then rub that all over the fish before you grill it. This creates a really flavorful crust. Now, to make sure your fish stays moist and doesn't dry out on the grill, you might want to try cooking it on a piece of foil, or even in a foil packet with some veggies like sliced bell peppers and onions. This way, it steams the fish a bit, while still giving it that lovely grilled flavor. And a couple more tips. Choosing thicker cuts of fish and being careful not to overcook it are really important for keeping it moist and getting that tender, flaky texture that's both healthy and super satisfying. So, to wrap things up, when you weigh all the options, it's pretty clear that grilled fish offers far superior health benefits for diabetics when compared to fried versions. By choosing to grill your fish instead of frying it, people with diabetes can really take full advantage of all the rich nutritional goodies in fish, like lean protein and those wonderful omega-3 fatty acids. At the same time, they'll be able to better manage their blood glucose levels and significantly lower their risk of diabetes-related complications. So, have you made the switch from fried to grilled fish in your own diabetes management plan? We'd love for you to share your experience in the comments below. Please tell us your favorite grilling tips or if you have any questions at all.